Hi, I'm Oscar Clark. I'm from Rocket Lolly Games, and we're making the Rocky Horror Show Touch Me. We had a few questions, so I wanted to take some time out to try and answer them. After all, what's the point in having a Kickstarter that's all about audience participation without actually spending time responding to you? So we've had a few questions in. Let's start off with the first one. Why did we decide to make a rhythm action dance game? It's pretty simple. We love Rocky Horror Show. We love that moment in the stage show or at the theatre when you get up and you're singing and you're dancing along with the rest of the crew, rest of the audience, and that's magical. That makes you feel so great, and we wanted to sort of recreate that. We also felt that it's very true to sort of the nature of Rocky, the whole idea of the floor show. There's all this moment of the characters getting up on stage and doing their dance and doing their song, and yet we're going to get to control that. I thought that was quite an interesting thing. Creating a dance game means that we get our favourite characters up, they dance to our favourite songs, and we record that, we share that, we get the reactions of our friends, and ideally, let's get them to try and see if they can beat our dance. Now that becomes really interesting when I think you can create your own dances as well and see how people respond to the interpretation you put to it. So we think there's a real great range of opportunities that comes by making a rhythm action dance game. But if we just copied something that already existed, like a Just Dance or a Dance Dance Revolution, I think that wouldn't really give us what we wanted because Rocky's special. And we felt that there's an opportunity as a small studio, as an indie developer studio, that we could actually add something by being cleverer about the way that you interact with the tablet or the phone. But so by stroking the screen, we can really make your fingers feel like they're dancing, to some fantastic tunes. I mean, let's face it, the Rocky Horror Show is a really brilliant rock and roll musical. So that's why we went for it. And also, that allows us to be very true to Rocky, to show some authentic elements. This is the stage show we're putting on in terms of a game, but at the same time, people who aren't necessarily as knowledgeable about all the whole detail of Rocky Horror can still enjoy it and still enjoy the great songs. The second question is pretty simple as well. Is this an official game? Yes, it is. We only get to use the Richard O'Brien's The Rocky Horror Show logo because Richard O'Brien's licensed it to us. So Richard's very aware of what we're doing. He's very supportive. We're working directly with Andy Layton, the original music producer on the original show back in the 1970s, and he's also the games producer for the brand as well. So we're working very closely with those guys. They see everything we're doing. The best thing is they seem to trust us. We've come up with some crazy ideas, some silly stuff. We've shown them what we've done, and every single time they've been incredibly supportive. In some ways, we're the ones wanting to push the boundaries of what's possible, and they seem to be very, very happy about what we're doing. So yes, go ahead. Don't let anything hold you back. We're an independent studio. We have the official license, but the only way we can make this game is with your support. So please, just back us now. How will microtransaction work? This is a question that's come up a few times. Free-to-play games aren't necessarily always great, and our job is to make sure that we don't do something which is bad. We need something that's going to be amazing. For those of you who don't know my games industry background, it's probably worth having a quick check, but I spent a lot of my time writing and talking about how free-to-play design can make better games. It's incredibly important to me we don't create barriers to play, and instead we want to focus on reinforcing brilliant moments. So there's really two core monetization elements we're going to have in the game. The first one are these kind of opt-in video ads. That means you don't have to see an ad at all, but we'll offer you some cool stuff if you happen to watch the ad. Nice and easy, no effort on your part other than spend 15-20 seconds watching a video ad. Now, the benefits we hope are going to be great. For example, we'll give you double the bonus points for watching our, for our ad, and then those points go into the audio vibratory biomechanical physio molecular reward machine that we've got in our lab. That's the thing that gives you the benefits for playing. So your scores go in, and by watching the ad, you might have a chance to double it. So by doing that kind of way of doing advertising, we're making sure that every time you see an ad, you're getting something out of it. And you don't have to. That's really important. The other type of monetization we're going to have is, again, pretty simple. When you get your rewards, they're going to be things like props and stage sets and music, but also body parts. You're going to unlock body parts for the next avatar. But let's say you want to play Janet right now, and you've only, missing her arm and her right leg. How do I get those items? Well, why not buy those right now? So we're going to give you the chance to do that. If you want to unlock a character faster, great, go for it. You can do that by buying it early. However, you can carry on going and you will eventually unlock that character. We'll also have a few premium outfits, things which are extra special, which not necessarily everybody wants. The other thing we want to do is to make sure every combination of character and outfits gives some differences in the kinds of dance moves you make. So we want all of this to be fantastically enjoyable, valuable, and when you get these things, you really think, yes, that was worthwhile. And if we fail at that, I think we break the game. So I do not want to break the game. And the way we make sure we don't break the game is involve you guys to make sure everything we do is above board, fair, and feels great. So that's basically what we're trying to do. There'll be lots of opportunities and chances, but there's a really important reason we're doing it this way. And that's because we think Rocky is so good, we want to have as big an audience as possible find out about it. And by having it as free at the point of play, it means that anyone can have a go and enjoy it for its own sake. And hopefully some of those players will go and watch the film or go and watch the theatre show. Hopefully, you never know, we might see them dressing up at the next show that you're going to see. But more than that, there's another aspect to it. It means that we have income that comes in over time, which means that we can continue to release new content. That means we don't have to just put a game out there and forget about it. We can put a game out there and continue to update and update and update. And we plan to update predictably and regularly so that you always get value. That's why we're hoping more people will back us at the $100 point, because at the $100 point, all of that new content you will get. It matters to us that you guys who back us at that kind of level feel that there's no cap, there's no kind of ongoing spend that you're going to have to do. You won't have to carry on paying in the game. It's really important to us that you feel good about that. We're spending a lot of time making sure it's right, and we want to make sure that we give you a lot of value when we do it. So next, in fact, the last question I'll take for this one, we'll happily take more questions later. If you've got more questions, then please send them to us. Would there ever be a possibility of unlocking the use of special recordings in the Rocky Horror Picture Show, such as Anthony Head singing his version of Sweet Transvestite? Obviously, that was from the theatre show. Now, I don't know if you've heard that version of the track, but it's brilliant, and Anthony Head is amazing. I've forgotten what years he was in, but it was earlier than the version of the music we're using now. Yeah, I'd love to do that. There's absolutely every possibility of doing that. There's a reason why we have the version of the songs we have now. The UK tour, which was starring Jason Donovan back in the 90s, late 90s, that was a track that was the album is the one that Richard O'Brien himself and Annie Layton both prefer. That's their favourite version of the stage show. So we really, absolutely love the fact that we've got the favourite version of the stage show already unlocked. We have another version of the album available to us, and we can always add more, but only if you guys back us, only if we can make this game, only if we make the experience as fun and enjoyable as possible. This is precisely the point of what we're trying to do. We love Rocky. We know there are 40 years or more, well, 43 years of Rocky experience. We want to carry on building on that. And carry on, celebrating the joy of the Rocky Horror Show in all its flavours, in all its variety, with all its characters and all its outfits. We want to bring it to a new audience. We can only do that with your help. So guys, please help us, back us, tell everybody you know. We really think this is an important show to make a game for, and we think there's so much more we could do once we've done that. So please, don't dream it, be it.